Airbnb, we are an incredibly popular new form of travel. We've been growing at an exponential rate all over the world. This is clearly a way that people want to visit destinations, and we see it only growing. And I think you really have to trust in local residents that they actually care about the visitor experience and being real ambassadors to their neighborhoods and to their cities and regions. And the great thing about new technologies and social media means that there are all kinds of new tools that help create trust amongst strangers. And you really don't realize just what an amazing community of people it is until you try it. And you stay with a complete stranger halfway around the world and have an amazing experience and perhaps even form a friendship that'll last for a lifetime. Airbnb and short-term rentals are very complementary to the existing hotel market in most destinations. In a city like San Francisco, where hotels are doing better than they ever have in the history of time, Airbnb and short-term rentals are really the only way that the city can accommodate all of the visitors during peak. It is a flexible inventory of accommodations that has become essential to the city. But not only that, it's really meeting the demands of different kinds of travelers who are looking for very different experiences. So I might go and stay at a hotel on my first trip to San Francisco if I'm traveling for business, but then maybe I want to come back and visit a friend or family and want to stay down the street from them in a neighborhood where there aren't hotels. Or maybe I want to stay for several weeks and can't afford to stay in a hotel. It's very clear that Airbnb is meeting these new demands, and I sincerely think that we can all coexist. All of the data that we have shows that Airbnb guests on average stay at least twice as long as the average hotel visitor to a city. And if a destination management organization is really looking out for the destination as a whole holistically, and if their goal is to get more spending, greater economic impact in that city from visitors, this is one of the best ways that you can do that. People may be saving a little money on their accommodations, but they're spending that money throughout the length of their stay, which is much longer, in more neighborhoods at more businesses than they ever have before. This is a huge economic driver for destinations. We found that Airbnb largely grows mostly organically through network effects, which is essentially word of mouth at scale. I travel to Paris on Airbnb, have a great time, come home and decide I might as well host myself and tell all my friends about it, and they start traveling on Airbnb as well. However, we love partnering with DMOs to figure out ways to encourage more people to host and more people to visit their destinations through Airbnb. The amazing thing about Airbnb is we get direct access to local residents who are the most interesting things to see and do and explore the destination with are the local residents, and to explore it through the way that they live. People want to live like a local. And Airbnb has a great way of highlighting those local residents, their homes, and their lifestyles in that city. And we are very happy to work with destinations to figure out how to draw on all of that amazing content and richness that the local residents have to make the destination as exciting and sticky as possible. The amazing thing about these new sharing economy platforms is that as community marketplaces, both sides of the marketplace are really important. If I go and stay with you, not only do I get to review you and the experience I had in your home and how hospitable you were, but you also get to review me. What hotels get to review their guests? None that I know of, right? So that mutual review system actually incentivizes really great behavior, not just good behavior, but incentivizes respect, and in some cases incentivizes people to actually interact with the other person as a human being and become friends. And a lot of people use the sharing economy platforms because they want that human interaction. They don't want to deal with a big, massive corporation and be on the waiting line for hours for help. They want to deal with another human being, and that's why they're using the sharing economy. And miraculously, the platforms that we've built and all of the security tools that we've built into these platforms really make sure that that original intention is something that lives and comes to be in these interactions. And the number of incidents you see on any of these sharing economy platforms is far lower than you would ever think that you would see from all these people staying with other strangers. But it's really true. We've learned a lot over the years. We've had some unfortunate situations, but that was several years ago, and they've been amazing learning experiences. And since then, we have built so many tools to help ensure the safety and security, not only of our platform, but of the experiences that people have in the real world to the extent possible. So we have a $1 million host guarantee. We have 24/7 customer support all over the world in various languages. We have the mutual review system. We can verify people's identities. There are a lot of things that we can do, and thankfully we have led the way with the insurance companies and with the identity verification companies, so that these smaller startups and smaller companies can actually take advantage of the pathways that we've already created, and just really follow them, because as the oldest and biggest sharing economy company, we've unfortunately had to invent a lot of this stuff ourselves. But now that it's proving to be really successful, there are a lot of companies and other agencies that are very eager to work with the emerging sharing economy startups.